This week, GPT Store is going to launch and you have an exciting opportunity to monetize on it. We're going to see just how to do that by combining Stripe with your GPT and BillShip in just a few minutes. Let's go. First, create your GPT. You can easily create one by just chatting with it or configuring it using your custom name, description, and instructions. Here in the instructions, say for example, you want to ask the user to give a prompt and use that prompt to generate image like a Lego or a t-shirt. You can put all those instructions here. Now for the purpose of this demo, we are just going to reply how you can monetize your GPT. Very meta. The problem with monetizing and creating custom Stripe checkout links is that in the current state of GPT, you cannot get users' email or any personal information. This demo showcases how you can actually send a custom Stripe link and get paid and send your user additional value once they have paid. For example, in this demo, I can simply ask, how can I monetize my GPT? And in my instructions, I have asked it to call a specific action called create checkout link and respond with that. Now, this calls a custom action which I have built in BillShip, which I'll talk about shortly. But let me just confirm, hey, it's okay to use that action. And once you confirm it, it triggers that action, which is an API call to create a custom Stripe checkout link. As you can see here, it comes back with a response with a custom link from BillShip, and it even redirects to that URL. So when I click it, there is another workflow which redirects it to Stripe. And once they make the payment, you have another workflow on BillShip that tackles that. How easy is that? Now let's see each of these actions that you need and how easy it is to build in no-code style with BillShip. First, let's go to this section called actions. You can add as many actions as you want, but in this GPT example, we're just going to add one action. Here in this action, you can import it from an open API spec and you can just give it a method, a path, and a name. Now on BillShip, which is a low-code visual backend builder that lets you create APIs, schedule jobs, and Stripe workflow handlers in a step-by-step visual format powered by AI, you have lots of templates, and today we're going to showcase the Monetise GPT template. As you can see, there are 3 templates here that you can use. First is the Create Stripe Checkout link. Let me click that. As you can see, I have already cloned this one. And in this, all that you need to provide is the Stripe secret. Now, all your secrets are stored in the Google Cloud Secret Manager securely and not in the front end. So you can simply add a secret and create one. I already have one, so I'll use that. And that's pretty much it. You can look at the detailed tutorial of what happens in each step, but at a very high level, anytime this API is called, it creates a custom Stripe checkout link specifically for the user that is interacting with your GPT, and it stores that in a database and also returns that URL. So if I click this and click test, as you can see, it creates a URL for you. This is the same thing that is created on the GPT side. Now, all that you need to do is ship this, and in one click, this is ready to go. Once you're shipped, you can also export this API as an open API spec here. And that's exactly what you need to do and copy paste the generated open API spec here. How easy is that? Now this workflow takes care of generating the Stripe URL. Now you also have 2 other workflows. One is for redirecting because we want to give a URL that's not crazy like this on here. So that's where you have a simple link that is a redirect link. So when you click on this, it redirects to this big custom Stripe link. So here is the second workflow, which is a quite simple one. It takes an ID and redirects and gives back the big Stripe URL. And then finally, you have the Stripe listener that listens to this payment. So anytime a payment is made, you are able to listen to that and further process it. For example, let me say sam@altman.com. And here it's just a test Stripe account. So let me just do 42, 42, 42, and 42s. And Sam, A. And once the payment is done, you can go back and redirect to some other page. And as you can see in the initial workflow, we just redirect to BillShip website, but you can redirect to do any website you want. And as you can see here, anytime a payment is complete, you are able to further process it. In our case, very simply, we go back to our database and update a few fields like status is paid, the email of the user that came in through Stripe here, this field is also saved in the database. And then finally, you can log certain information if you want. As you can see, we have many logged entries here. BillShip comes with a built-in database that you can use, but you're free to use any database like Firestore, Supabase, Postgres, and so on. If you do use the BillShip database and you're in the Pro plan, you have ability to actually look at the fields. So for example, if I go here and open the Stripe sessions tables, it gives you a nice spreadsheet-like table to monitor the data. So as you can see, this checkout link that was attached to this user, Sam Altman, is now paid. And you can further process it anyhow you like. You want to send them additional premium content or mail them a t-shirt. The possibilities are actually endless. So hopefully this gives you a nice framework for managing and building a monetizable GPT. And it gives you a lot of ideas on how you can further expand it. You have ability to use many of our pre-built nodes on BillShip, or you can create one if you want using AI. And every node that you see here, the code is tweakable in JavaScript, TypeScript, and you can edit the nodes with AI as well. So basically, you can step by step build your entire backend logic for your APIs, for your scheduled jobs this way, and use it along with your GPT to truly create a powerful idea. Join our Discord community of large number of no-code, low-code users. We would love to see what you're building and support your build journey. Let's build and ship.